My name is Dante and this is Story Hub. I am 28, female, and I literally just found email after email from my fiance, 27, male to his ex-girlfriend. 20 seconds female, belittling me and making fun of me and worse. I am seriously shocked beyond belief. My fiance, Dale, and I have been together for 5 years. We are as solid as I guess anyone thinks they are before something like this blindsides them. I am in total and complete shock. I'm just sitting here shaking. I can't even cry yet. Dale is at work right now. I haven't texted him or called him or anything at this point. When we got together, he had just broken up with his college sweetheart. She was his first love. I was afraid I was a rebound. He said that wasn't true and I believed him and the rest is history. Sorry if this is rushed and all over the place. Nothing makes sense in my head right now. I used his laptop about 2 hours ago to open his contacts list. He has saved there so I could get addresses for our wedding invites. Been telling him to get those to me for over a week, so I decided to do it. He keeps his contact info on his email. When I opened his email, I saw an email on the very top of his inbox with the subject line response to Jen, not real name. How can I when the subject line got cut off after that, so I couldn't see more without clicking. Jen is the name of his ex from college. I sat there for at least 10 minutes trying to decide if I should open it or not. I decided he should have nothing to hide, so I did it. The rest of the subject line was response Jen. How can I when you still exist? The email was a reply to a string of emails between the two of them that has gone on for over a week. Long story short, Dale is still in love with her. He thinks about her constantly. He'll never find another woman like her. Even worse is that he makes fun of me and she laughs about it. In one email she asks him why I don't make him happy and isn't he satisfied with me. I can't remember word for word and I don't feel like reading it again. But he said something like she tried. She's just not good though. Way too vanilla. I love her but the only way I can get off is when I think about effing you and how hot you'd get. I'm aroused just thinking about it. And then she answered with a bunch of lies and said she felt sorry for the poor girl. Another thing he said was that he made fun of me for having a large scar across my chest onto my left breast, which has disfigured the nipple a bit. He said it looked like something out of Edward's Scissorhands that is almost too much to bear. He might as well have punched me in the gut. I was in an awful car accident when I was a teenager. I had a big piece of dashboard shatter and basically fly into my chest. I almost died. I've never been ashamed of this car. It's like a constant reminder that I survived something. A lot of people don't, and I should be grateful to be alive. The slight disfigurement of the nipple doesn't bother me either. I've always had an attitude of if someone doesn't want me because of a nipple, of them. But to hear him make fun of something he knows as a result of something so major in my life. My friend was thrown from the backseat and lost her life. I have no words. The emails go on. Some are explicit. She describes how she pleasured herself while thinking about very graphic things that he used to do to her. I'm assuming that these emails are just a small portion of their contact. The first email in the thread was Dale talking about how he doesn't think he can marry me and that he thinks about leaving me almost constantly. He said if she lived in this state, he'd already have left me. It didn't sound like the first time they'd reconnected, so I'm guessing if I snooped, I'd find texts too. I don't need to snoop further. I've seen all I need to. Obviously, I'm not going to stay. Despite what he said about me, I'm pretty great. And I know this. He said he misses the back door. Apparently, I'm too vanilla to give it to him. Thing is, I've tried to initiate that as I enjoy it, and he told me he wasn't into that, so he lied just to cast me in a bad light. I'm so effing mad. I just want to throw his crap into a pile and light it on fire. But I won't, because I don't want to give him the satisfaction of knowing how much he hurt me. I'm not sure why I posted here. It's too fresh to talk to my friends and family. Should I just pack up my stuff and leave with no explanation? Just ghosts. I've got too much dignity to scream and cry in front of him. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want comfort or advice or what. I just need someone to know what happened so I don't feel so alone right now. Well, Opia, doesn't sound like you need any kind of advice. You know, you're not staying in that relationship. And that is the best thing that you can do. So good for you for already knowing that the part about how you tell him is your decision. To be honest, I don't think he deserves a huge explanation as to what you found and how you feel and all of that, because he doesn't really care. So F him. I would just do whatever makes you most comfortable about how to break up with him, and that's it. The thing that pisses me off the most about people like Dale is the lack of spine they have. Why would you get engaged to somebody that you don't love? Like that thing he wrote in the email, if you lived in this state, I would have left her by now. That just shows the absolute crappy character this person has. That's basically saying, I'm with her because being with you is too much of an effort, because you're too far away. So honestly, Opus, I'd just leave this guy. He doesn't deserve anything from you and you owe him nothing. At least that's the way I see it, and that's what I would do. But what about you guys? What would you do if you were in Opus' shoes? Or what kind of advice would you give her? Let me know in the comments section. And now let's move on to the community comments to see what they had to say. Hi, Missy says thankfully you found this now. What a massive bullet dodged. Print out the emails and forward a copy to yourself just in case he tries to slander you to mutual friends or plays the victim. Pack all your crap up. Tape a copy of the emails to his front door and leave. Leave a note. Consider our relationship over. Do not contact me again. Go to a friend's house. Cry, drink wine, don't answer his calls. You can worry about the rest later. There's no point in confronting him. What he said and did was unforgivable. Don't give him the satisfaction of an argument. You'll get through this. Blessing in disguise. What is naked in the grass and the pathetic coward? Do not be there when he gets home. Or tell him to make different arrangements depending on the housing situation. Spoonbill says if you share a bank account, move your money immediately to a new account at a new bank. Change all your passwords. Take yourself off any shared bills. Ghost, ghost, ghost. then pawn the ring and go to Hawaii. DPP Throw 45 says, I'd ghost somebody who is that not into you and lied about it enough to get engaged. Doesn't need anything else. Just enjoy your luck that you can bask in dodging the sleazy bullet he turned out to be you. Move on being an awesome you. And remember, he's the one with the problem, not you. Well, the consensus is that AITA just left. That she doesn't owe anything to him. Just cut off as much contact as possible. Move away your finances and take care of all that stuff and then just go that he doesn't even deserve an explanation. So now let's move on to the update to see how this story continues. Hey everyone, first off, thank you for caring so much about my situation. You all have great advice and encouragement and you helped me hold on to the strength I need to make it through this. I still have a lot to get through and I'm hurting so much right now. It comes in waves. Sometimes I feel so empowered and strong and then 10 minutes later, I'm crying in a ball and feel like I can't move or do anything. Last night, I texted Dale and told him that my best friend Jake had gotten into a fight with his boyfriend and I was going to stay with him so he could vent and have somebody with him. I told Jake what happened and showed him the emails. I took pictures of them on my phone in case I needed them. For whatever reason, Jake and his boyfriend Mike, who he had obviously not gotten into a fight with and was there, were infuriated and we all just sort of cried together for a while. They stayed up with me almost all night, helping me figure out my next moves. We all agreed that taking the high road was the best route. We made a list of all the things that were necessary to get out of the apartment. Mike is a property manager for a different apartment complex, so this morning he called my property manager and gave her a very condensed, detail-free version of what was happening. I have always thought it important to get to know your property manager in case you ever have a situation where they can help you out. So she always really liked me. Dale and I have been paying rent on a month-to-month basis for about 3 months because we were starting to look for houses to purchase after we settled down. After the wedding, my property manager told Mike that working out, getting my name off of the rental agreement wouldn't be a problem and to not worry about the 30-day notice that she typically requires for a tenant moving out. As far as finances go, I make about 70% of our combined income and Dale only covers about 30%. When Jake, Mike and I were discussing the logistics of my moving out, Mike brought up the point that Dale does not make enough to cover the required 3 times rent in income each month, meaning he will most likely be given the notice to move out if he cannot find a roommate fast. We lived in a 1-bedroom, so I doubt he'll be able to find someone quickly who is willing to sleep on a couch versus having their own bedroom, especially since I purchased the couch so there isn't even one there anymore. The thought of this brings me great pleasure, as I'm sure you can imagine. Jake and I each called out of work today and we rented one of those movers pickup trucks. We were pretty organized after making our list, and it only took us a couple of trips to get my stuff out and into Jake and Mike's garage for the time being. Dale texted me a couple of times asking how Jake is and if I'm coming home after work tonight. I told him I'm already home. Not exactly a lie. I was there at the time. And then I said Jake was going to be okay and that I just couldn't believe how awful people can be to the people they love. Dale agreed and said that he was glad he had such a good girl like me. It was tempting to say something about how, yeah, I'm just so vanilla that way, but I didn't. I just told him to always remember how great I am to him. He said of course he would. That felt pretty satisfying and I hope he does remember that every day for the rest of his life. Whoever it was that posted about the vanilla ice cream idea, Jake, Mike and I laughed about that hysterically last night. It was the first thing that made me laugh like that and maybe the only thing for a while, so thank you for that. I didn't end up ruining any of Dale's stuff. I didn't print out the emails and sent them to his family and friends. I didn't do anything destructive or spiteful. However, after all my stuff was out, Jake and I made a trip to the grocery store. I took that poster's advice and I bought one of those big plastic tubs of vanilla ice cream. I left it on the counter with a note and my engagement ring. I wrote, I know vanilla isn't your favorite flavor, but this is the only vanilla you'll be eating from now on. Zoxo, I am human. I had to leave him with a little bit of a bang. So here I am, staying with Mike and Jake for a while. Finding an apartment will be no issue for me. I am comfortable financially on my own with a stable job. I have to deal with the deposits I put down for the venues for both the wedding and the reception. But I can't right now. I'm too much of a mess emotionally. I will by the week's end, though, as I know I can't put it off any longer. If there's any hope at all of getting refunded, I had already booked our honeymoon. But I did pay the extra for insurance if the trip needed to be cancelled. I honestly don't really know what exactly the insurance covers. I'll have to look into it whether or not I can get a refund for Dale's ticket. I will be going on my first trip out of the country on my own. And I'm happy about this. It's one bright thing to look forward to through this whole mess. I will sell my wedding dress, which was a low-cut dress, by the way, and showed my scar off as much as a wedding dress can. I guess Dale would have found that gross. Or maybe I'll burn it. Burning it sounds kind of fun because I've been holding back so much on not being destructive in a time where I would have found great, albeit temporary, pleasure in burning everything Dale has ever owned. Burning my dress is something I can do privately that will still be satisfying. I can scream and cry and throw rocks at it, pour lighter fluid all over it, watch it burn, and then cook a s'more over it because I love s'more, so why not? I am walking away from Dale with my head held high. The best revenge is to walk away as dignified as possible and not sink to his level. I was close with his family, but I'm not going to worry about what he tells them. I'm positive it won't be the truth. There is no way he's got the balls and decency to tell them what he did. But I know what he did. He knows what he did, and all the people who truly love me and who I am close with will know what he did. That's all that really matters. Though it's nice to have those emails just in case Dale tries to take things too far or something. I'm going to be okay. I'm having one of my empowered moments, though. I just spent the last hour in the bathtub sobbing. Like I said, waves. Jake told me that Dale isn't worthy of my quirky nipple. And I agree. When I got in my accident, I was lucky that the shrapnel didn't pierce my heart. I did, however, suffer from a pretty significant heart contusion. Basically a bruised heart, among other injuries. It was the most painful thing I've ever experienced. So, yeah, this situation makes my heart hurt. But my heart has been through much worse and kept on digging along. Sorry if I rambled a lot. Posting this to you all is like a form of therapy, and the more thoughts that pop up in my mind, I just write them down for you all to read. I haven't told my family and other friends yet. I'll be tackling that soon. I'm glad the invites hadn't already been sent. At least I don't have to send out a cancellation notice. I deleted Dale from all social media and blocked his email address. I didn't block him off my phone yet because, honestly, I'm curious about his reaction. I can promise you all that I will not respond at all. Not a single text or call. But I can't help but be interested to see how he reacts. I will block him tomorrow, though. Mike told me that the second his messages turn ugly or hateful because I'm not responding, block him. He doesn't want Dale to hurt me any more than he already has. He's right, and I really do plan to block him regardless, by tomorrow after seeing his initial reaction. Thank you all for caring about me. I will continue moving forward and I will never stop wearing clothes that show my scar. I've never hidden it before and I'm not going to let some a-hole make me feel like I should. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all for the love you gave, amazing comments and messages. I will never forget the nice things you all have said to me. Seriously, thank you. P.S. I think I will dress up as Edward Tisserhands for Halloween. Well, it sounds like even though Opus is still in between hurting and feeling empowered, she is absolutely out now. And she's just waiting to see Dale's reaction out of curiosity to then get him completely cut out of her life. Now, I'm sure that you guys are just as curious as I am about Dale's reaction. So let's move on with the final update and see how this story ends. So last night got pretty crazy. It started with Dale playing dumb and asking what was going on and what did he do. Like I promised all of you, I didn't respond. The duck knew exactly what he'd done. He just kept texting and kept texting. One text that I found particularly infuriating was, I can't think of anything I've done to deserve this. Whatever you think I've done isn't true. I'm sure you just misunderstood. I can explain. I mean, damn, you didn't have to be so dramatic and just leave me like this. I love how he was already saying that I just misunderstood what I think he's done and that he can explain. He's such a crap person that he wouldn't even just come out and admit to the emails and say he's sorry and then to call me dramatic. The text progressed into angry ones. Here's a string of texts from him, word for word. Except that I corrected some grammar because his grammar is ridiculous. Each text was probably sent about 2 minutes apart, sometimes less. Just so you understand the level of crazy here. I will refer to myself as L in these because he uses my name a lot and my real name starts with an L, so seems appropriate. I blogged about him after this, by the way. Baby, you know how much I love you. I'm at a loss right now. I don't understand why you won't answer me. I just tried calling. L, please pick up. We are getting married. I thought you cared about me. I guess I was wrong. I guess you are cold-hearted. L, baby, are you okay? At least answer me so I know you're okay and not hurt or something. Seriously, L, seriously, you're a butch. I didn't mean that. I am just getting really worried and upset. He took about a 20-minute break between that one and this monstrosity. You know what? I did mean that. You're an effing butch for doing this. If you were unhappy, you should have told me. I can't believe you would do this to me. I love you. You are just like your father. But even worse because at least your mom is a C and so are you, so who can blame him? Don't ever contact me again or come crawling back. And good luck finding a guy who will love an effing circus. Freak, butch, lol, dumbass. So that's when I blocked him. I know nothing he said was true, but still, this wasn't just an email to his sex. This was something he sent to me directly. I cried a lot after that one. It hit me pretty hard. This is someone I was planning a future with just a couple of days ago. He was so sweet, as far as I knew. Obviously, he used to kiss my hand almost every morning. It's just such a shock. It's hard to wrap my mind around it. Last night was a really tough night for me. I keep reading back what I wrote in this update last night and it helps to keep me feeling strong. I keep reading all of your lovely comments and messages from the original post, and it helps to keep me feeling loved and strong. Jake and Mike are wonderful and I'm lucky to have them to hold my hand and help me through this. Though his texts hurt me, they also reaffirm that he's a spineless weasel and that I, 10,000%, did the right thing by leaving. Is making it really easy to get over him. Sorry this is so long. I wanted to really include you all in what's happening. Thanks for checking in on me and caring about what happens to me. Love to you all. So hope I dropped the douche and is moving forward. Sure, she's still in pain, but she's moving forward and that's the important bit. Now, I know I said that this one was the last update, but Opie did leave us another short update where she addresses some of the questions that the community had regarding Dale. So let's absolutely finish off with that to give this whole story the closure it needs. Wow, you are all amazing, wonderful people. So much love and support. I'm crying because of all your lovely, sweet messages. It's honestly so encouraging. I had the intention of responding to some comments, but the post is now locked, so I just want to make sure to update this to say thank you. I hope you all see this. I had a lot of people PM me asking if there were any signs that Dale was an a-hole so they know what kind of red flags to look for. Honestly, no. I wish I could say yes to that, so I could potentially prevent others from going through what I did or something similar. He was very attentive and loving. He never once made fun of my appearance to my face. He seemed to appreciate my ambition and independence. I never felt controlled or criticized for being a financially stable, educated woman. I had a therapist after I lost my friend in an accident. My father had also walked out earlier that year, so we were discussing this and how I hadn't seen it coming. My therapist told me that people can make you see whatever they want you to see, but that they can't keep the facade forever. Things almost always come to a head eventually. The only thing you can do is be secure enough with yourself to understand that the faults of others have nothing to do with you. Just make sure you surround yourself with enough good people that you can afford to lose one or two along the way. I suppose that would be my advice on the matter. Love people openly and let yourself be loved. But always keep hold of yourself and make sure you have yourself covered should someone let you down along the way. As far as the dress goes, I believe I will take the advice of many of you and donate it. It is a beautiful gown. I think what I will burn instead is my reception dress. I've got to burn something. Winky face. Thanks, Reddit. I sincerely love all of you and wish you the best in all of your life endeavors.